Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to 2020. This is my first video of 2020, my first video in a couple weeks. I took a much needed break. My mental health has been just down the tubes with this darkness I have here in the Midwest. So I'm trying to combat that. I also have had some issues with my Pomeranian. I'll probably do like an update and a get ready with me trying new makeup soon, but I'm back. I feel refreshed. I'm excited to get back to it. There's so much makeup I want to try. I've been ordering makeup behind the scenes. So I thought, why not kick it off with a Sephora haul? That's kind of what my channel is about. New makeup, Sephora, you know, I'm a Sephora girl at heart. And I know you guys love a good haul like I do. So I thought that would be the perfect first video to come back with. Before I get into what I picked up from Sephora, I am partnering with Rakatan on this portion of the video to remind you to sign up if you haven't already. Remind you to use it. I use it every time I shop online, anywhere that I'm shopping. So if you're not familiar, Rakatan is just the new name for Ebates. So it has the same coupons, cashback, customer service, app, website, everything's the same except for they changed their name. Rakatan is the largest cashback website that partners with over 2,000 brands you know and love. You know, of course, Sephora, Ulta, Macy's, Forever 21. I kind of use those the most, but tons of clothing. Anywhere that you're going to shop online, definitely check Rakuten first because chances are that they do partner with the brand. So you just go to Rakuten.com, type it in. Of course, for me, it would be Sephora. Click shop now. It could be 4, 6, 8, 10% cash back. Shop as you normally would and it will track your purchases and you will get cash back for shopping that you were already going to do. So you get a PayPal payment or a check every 3 months. You can always check your account and see your balance. I tend to kind of watch Rakuten to see if it's 8% cash back, then it might kind of make me want to make a Sephora order more so than when it's 4. So it goes up and down all the time. So you want to check it out. You do get a $10 welcome bonus when you sign up with my link down below and make your first $25 purchase. So I just highly recommend it. I've been working with them for so long. I literally do not make a purchase online without it. So I will leave the link down below to sign up and get your $10 welcome bonus. I highly recommend Rakuten. I've been using it for years. I've gotten all my family and friends to use it. I have the app on my phone and I'm always checking the cash back before I make a purchase. So make sure to sign up down below and let's get into what I picked up from Sephora. So let's go ahead and start out with something that I'm really excited to dive into. I really have only peeked, but I haven't gotten my little paws in there. This is the Makeup by Mario Sephora Complexion Brush Set. So I was kind of contemplating whether I wanted the full set, the eye set, the complexion set. I knew I wanted the complexion brushes. To me, I have a lot of eye brushes that just work for me. Specifically, I'm not very picky. Like a lot of my Morphe brushes work really well for the eye. I keep reaching for them again. I have gotten into some higher end brushes for my complexion, a lot of them from Beautylish, and I really like them. So I thought I really want to splurge on complexion mostly, and the full set kept going in and out of stock. And I think it's still out of stock, unfortunately. I don't know if they're gonna restock. I think probably not because it's limited, but I'm not sure. So this set has 6 brushes in here. It has powder, foundation, cheek, contour, highlight, and concealer. Of course, you can use these for anything you want. I will probably just be using them for whatever tickles my fancy. So this is what the presentation looks like. I do believe that it has a beautiful carrying case in here. Obviously, Mario is a makeup artist, so if you're a makeup artist, that's something that can be very helpful. For me personally, probably won't get used out of it, but the brushes do look beautiful, and I've been hearing they're very weighted. And they are. I can tell just by picking this one up. This is the contour brush. So I'm going to get them all out of the package, show you some close-ups, and then I'm just going to give you my first impressions. So the first brush in the collection is the powder brush. It's really nice and heavy, and it does sit well in your hands. Just the way that the ferrule is set up, it does rest comfortably. One thing I will note is there is some sticky, tacky glue on the bottom that had these kind of setting in the box. And I don't know if this is going to completely come off. Just trying to pull it off, it's still just stuck on there. I feel like you're gonna have to get like some Gooby Gone out, which is like kind of annoying for the price. I wish there would have been a different way to set this up just because I don't know, who wants to sit there and pick off glue per brush or on each brush? But I will say this is really nice and soft. It has a nice give to it. Sometimes with synthetic, I've noticed that they almost flop back and forth and I don't get a good blend. I don't think that's gonna be the case for this brush in particular. I'll have to check out the other ones because it does have that give where I feel like it's really gonna blend. This feels really nice and soft. I'm excited to use this. Of course, I'll be using it in a trying new makeup. Next up, we have the foundation brush. This is interesting because it's a different shape than most of the time when you see foundation brushes. They're either like kabuki or really short packed bristles. This is kind of in between, and I think this is something I notice about makeup artists like Patrick Ta and Mario, and even Hindash, which, oh my god, he's amazing. But they have longer bristles, so this is very reminiscent of like a Real Techniques cheek brush, but it has kind of that flatter top, not as rounded. The bristles are longer, meaning that you're really gonna like buff this in, or you could even kind of stipple, but you're not gonna get that smearing. Sometimes like with the Sigma, I forget what it's called, but the old school Sigma flat top kabuki, I feel like it was so densely packed you're almost smearing, whereas this is really gonna airbrush it into the skin. So I think this is gonna be beautiful. Again, you could use this for multiple things, even concealer, or if you wanted to, even bronzer, really anything you want to, but I do think this will be a beautiful foundation brush. So next up is the Contour Slant. I feel like this is a nice size for contour. I know a lot of makeup artists use cream products, and I feel like this would be beautiful to blend out cream products. So I also think you could use this for blush. You could even use this for highlighter if you want a more diffused look. There's really a lot of things you could use this for: bronzer, blush, contour. So I think it's going to be a universal brush. So the cheek brush, when I first saw it, I thought it looked a little bit too tapered, a little bit too tight. I almost felt like this would be good for diffusing highlight, which I still think you could use it for. But once I kind of placed it on the cheek just to test it out here, it does fan out, which is nice. Sometimes with synthetic, I don't know how to describe it, but it's almost like they just go back and forth. Like the bristles do not want to open up and blend. I know that's like a weird way to say it, but I really want them to give. I want them to blend instead of just swiping it on my face. So when I press it to my skin, they do kind of fan out, and I feel like this will kind of fan out and become a little bit more diffused as time goes on, which I will like. You could also use this again for highlight. If you're somebody that doesn't like that stripe on your face, I feel like that would be nice. You could use this to set your T-zone, so this would be a multi-use as well. One of the brushes I'm really excited about is the highlight brush. I feel like this is basically a mini version of the Anastasia one I know a lot of people liked. For me, it wasn't my favorite. I tend to like the Morphe M501, but I feel like this is kind of like right in the middle. It has that nice shape to kind of give you that highlighted effect that's very precise, but it's not so small that you're gonna get a stripe, and then you could turn it and really do circular motions to buff it. So I'm excited to try this one out. Again, you could also use this for me when I'm looking at it. I would even use this to apply setting powder right under my eyes and my T-zone if I wanted to do a light set. So I'm excited to try this. This one stands out to me. And then lastly, the concealer brush. Again, makeup artists that I follow tend to work off the back of their hand. They put the concealer on and then they really kind of sheer it out and highlight the whole face. Of course, most of us at home just use the doe foot and put it on. So I don't know if I would get a ton of use out of this for highlighting. I probably will use this for my lid, for shimmers or pigments or anything like that. But I do think if you're a working makeup artist, you would use this to apply concealer, obviously. But just for the rest of us, I don't know how many of us work off the back of our hand. I'm sure some people do, or if you have a potted concealer. But I do think this would be more suited for me just to use on my eyelid. So overall, I'm excited to try these out. Again, of course, I will use these in a trying new makeup. If you have these, let me know your thoughts. I know they're fairly new, but they sold out quickly. I do think the complexion set is still available, which is what I have right here, and then the eye set. But I do think that the big one is sold out, which I'm kind of hoping they restock because it literally sold out in hours, and I know a lot of people really want to support Mario. So I'm excited to try these. We'll use these in a video to come, and I'll tell you my thoughts. So next up, I did get two concealers. I saw Mel Thompson raving about this one, and I thought that lately I feel like my under eyes may be a little bit dry, and I feel like for every day I want something that's a little bit more hydrating but still gives me enough coverage. So I picked up her recommendation of the Giorgio Armani Power Fabric High Coverage Stretchable Concealer. I got the shade number 4. I've had this for a couple weeks. I just haven't been able to use it, obviously, because I haven't filmed. So this is a very creamy concealer, very thin consistency, which I do like because I can pull it down. I wouldn't say this is full coverage, just like comparing it to the Too Faced Born This Way or the Tarte. It's a little bit less, but I feel like it can be built up and it's just enough to get me by. Definitely hydrating in my experience, which is what I was looking for. So I do like it more so for every day just because it's so thin and light and it doesn't make me look dry or caked up. When I'm doing a full glam, like kind of how I have today, I would probably opt for my Tarte or the Too Faced, but I do like this for the intended purpose. I've only used it a couple times. I really wanted to save it more so to use it on camera with you guys. So I'll try this out with you as well. And then I was watching Harush. I don't know if you guys watch her, but she's a professional makeup artist as well. And she started a YouTube channel. And I've been watching her and she's been raving about the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Honey. I've tried this and loved this concealer for a long time, but I didn't have the shade Honey, which is light 3, and this is what it looks like right here. It has a peachy tone to it. She uses it on top of concealer, so it's like she does her concealer, and then she applies this to the center of the face to really brighten up, and she said she just loves the way that it looks and the coloring, so I thought I would pick up a mini just to try out her technique. I've really been watching a lot of professional makeup artists because they just have such beautiful, soft application. And I'm like, why am I not that talented? They just, first of all, most of their models are like banging beautiful, perfect skin, you know, bone structure, all of that. But I do try to implement some of their tricks and I've been interested to see how they make things work and what products they favor. So I'm excited to try this just to maybe use a little bit to brighten up the center of my face after I go in with concealer. So I thought, let me get the mini just to try it out in case the color doesn't work for me. All right, so you know I had to pick up a couple of the new Fenty Beauty Snap Shadow palettes. I went back and forth because I was like, which one do I want? Do I want to get 2? Do I want to get 1? Do I want to get 3? And I just kept going back and forth from what was standing out to me for videos and what I would wear every day. As I get older, I just feel like I'm wearing less and less eye makeup. So I was like, you know what? I don't know if I really want to buy some of these for every day just because it's pretty boring what I typically do and I already have all these shades. So I thought, let me get the colors that stand out to me. So this is the packaging. They are very small. And then on the back, you have the color scheme. I did end up picking up, which shade is this? Number 7, which basically is like the ABH Modern Renaissance vibes. So when you open it up, this is what it looks like. I have not even swatched these yet, but I thought this color story was pretty unique. I know that people love the Modern Renaissance, why did I say that? Subculture, that's what I meant. People love the color story, but obviously that was like a muddy, hot mess. So I picked that up, and then of course, I love pinks, so I went ahead and got number 4, which again spoke to me. It had this beautiful kind of glitter shade in here. I'm hoping that it swatches well. So the 2 palettes I got were completely different, and I thought that would be beautiful for looks. Because I have browns and I have neutrals, if I love the formula and I want to get a small kind of neutral palette for travel, that would be great. So I'm trying to see how these snap together. I don't know if they're magnetized or if they just... Oh, okay, so they just kind of snap together like that. So if you're traveling, you can take them both with you. I don't know if I find that super useful, to be quite honest. It's just kind of something a little bit different, but it's not swaying me either way to pick them up or not. So I just swatched a few and I'm gonna give you some close-ups. I feel like the mattes were creamier than expected. The shimmers look a little bit more of like a satin from what I've seen other people, you know, using the palette. Like this one is a little bit dry, a little bit chunky, but I feel like it's because that kind of duochrome color seems to have that. It's like the gold with the green shift in it. Let me swatch these mattes and see how they perform. Upon first impression, I'm not like blown away. Just looking at these swatches, I'm not like, ooh, these are terrible, but I don't know if I'm blown away. I really like the Huda Beauty 9-pan mini palettes, so I feel like I'm probably still gonna lean that way just because I don't know, swatching these, they're not like blowing my mind. But again, we have to use them on the eyes. We have to see what we think. And if I was gonna compare pricing and just how much you get, I probably am still gonna lean towards the Huda, but we're gonna try these out, of course, and do some looks with them and see what we can come up with. In terms of the pink palette, I'm not sure exactly like how to feel because the swatches aren't blowing me away. The shimmers feel a little bit chunky to me. The mattes feel decent, but they're not like, again, blowing me away. So I'm gonna have to try it on the eyes. The really glittery shade here is basically a spot-on dupe for the Smashbox. They had a really small mini palette that was all shimmers or glittery shimmers. They looked really pretty, but what it really is kind of like a stain with some chunky glitter on top, which I don't love. Again, I won't know until I try them on the eyes. My first impression of these is so-so, but definitely not as favorable as I was when I first saw the Huda Beauty mini palettes. Those just continue to wow me. So speaking of Huda Beauty, I've been following makeup artist, as I said. How many times am I gonna say that in this video? But Hindash, oh my gosh, if you guys don't subscribe to his channel, absolutely stunning makeup. And he does tutorials telling you how he does everything. I noticed that he uses this product in basically every video, so I went ahead and grabbed it. So this is the Huda Beauty Matte and Metal Melted Shadow Duo, and the shade is Double Pump Latte and Drop Top. He uses the matte, which I thought was interesting. I was sent these a long time ago, and I decluttered this shade. And I just really, for me, I was looking at the metallic side, but he uses the matte as like a crease color on almost all of his models, and it looks so beautiful. So this is the matte shade that he uses. He just applies it and then uses a brush to blend it out. And then this is the shade Drop Top, which is the more metallic shade. It is beautiful. I just don't tend to use liquid shadows as much, but I really, every time I watched his videos, he was going in with this Double Pump Latte, like in every video as a base, and I was like, it looked stunning. So I thought I would pick it up and try it out, and hopefully I don't fail miserably because I don't have that special touch, but we'll try that out. And then I did get the Easy Bake powder. I believe Mel Thompson uses this, and I've been seeing it all over favorites of 2019. I liked this product when I first tried it, but it was heavily scented, so I kind of steered clear of it, and now I want to try it again. What is wrong with me? Am I sick in the head? I just feel like everybody's raving about it, and I'm getting that FOMO, like I decluttered it and I need it back to try it again. I've noticed that a lot of people say they like it for literally baking, so I thought I would try it under my eyes. So we will try this again. It's been a long time since I've tried it, and I really think I only used it for a little bit before I decluttered it. So I'm excited to try this again. We'll be using this in trying new makeup videos. So next is a product that me and my friend Cheryl were like crazy stalking Sephora's website, and then we were texting each other waiting for it to become available. This is the new shampoo and conditioner set from Sol de Janeiro. You do get one of their Brazilian Crush sprays as well. This scent is the same scent as the Bum Bum Cream, and it smells so incredible. I have the body wash. I've gone through multiple bottles. I have the body spray, also the Bum Bum Cream, and I was like, you know what? Do I think this is going to be the best shampoo and conditioner ever? Probably not, but really the smell is that good that I'm willing to use it just for the scent. Maybe not every day, but maybe as like a pamper or a special routine. So when I'm reading reviews on this, they're kind of iffy, so I'm interested because I do bleach my hair, and I have, you know, I wouldn't say I have damaged hair, but I don't want to have damaged hair. So this is $45 for the set. I'm gonna go ahead and open it up and we'll smell it. I mean, let's see if it smells as good as I think it's gonna smell. So these do claim to be strengthening and smoothing. I did go ahead and peel off the seal inside. Oh wow, it smells just like the Bum Bum Cream. I am excited to try this out. First of all, I'm looking for if it's gonna make my hair feel like decent. I don't want it to feel like straw, so I'm a little bit worried just because of some of the reviews I saw, but I want to see if the scent lingers. That's like the main thing, because something about this fragrance, like I need them to come out with a perfume, not a body spray, but an actual perfume. If you have not tried this scent, it smells amazing. They have one that's in like a blue jar, and to me it smelled like buttered popcorn, and I just couldn't get down with it, but the original Bum Bum, so good. I like the minimalist packaging. You do have just kind of a little dispenser on the top that you can squeeze it out. So I think the packaging is great. We'll just see if this is gonna work for my hair. So as I was perusing the Sephora website, as I do, which I need to stop, that's one of my goals in 2020. Like when you're bored, do not get on the Sephora website. I picked up this because it was highly rated. This is the Sephora Collection Texturizing Spray. And this packaging is interesting because it appears that there's like llamas on here. So, or alpacas, I'm not sure the difference, but there's some decorative llamas on here. I wanted to try this out just to see if it, oh, the mister is like finer than I had anticipated. Smells nice and light. Looks like it gave me some volume, right? So people were saying that it gives them nice volume. It's not sticky. I don't feel that it's sticky. It's pretty lightweight, and it gives their flat hair some life. So I thought I would test this out. It says, get lived-in tousled hair instantly with this lightweight dry texturizing spray. Spray, let's see, buildable texture, blah, blah, blah. Spray directly on dry hair holding 5 to 6 inches away, then crunch with fingers. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't crunch with my fingers, but I feel like this is one of those to give you that volume, and that's what I was looking for. So I'm going to keep playing around with it, but I do think some of the Sephora Collection products are little hidden gems. I have 2 skincare products. One of them I've been using and loving. This is from Dr. Dennis Gross. This is the Clarifying Colloidal Sulfur Mask. This is an acne medication. Okay, so I hate the packaging because it's one of those where you have to press down and it oozes up. Why do companies do this? I do not understand. But this is really interesting because you can use this as a mask, so you can apply it all over. Sulfur is known to kill bacteria and help with acne, but you can use it all over as a mask, or you can use it under your foundation or as a spot treatment. So it's like a triple threat. The reviews on this are incredible, and I can see why. So if you struggle with acne, you can apply it before your makeup. Like I have it on under my makeup today, so it's one of those, if you apply a thick layer, then you can use it as a mask or a spot treatment, but you can rub it in and it plays well under makeup, and it's fighting the acne while you're wearing makeup, because that's one of the biggest things is when I'm breaking out, I know this is really gross, but when you have like oozing breakouts, you don't want to like put makeup on it. So to be able to wear makeup and have this as a kind of like a protective like primer in between them is really nice. So it's fighting my acne while I'm wearing makeup, so I don't have to go makeup free all the time. I am struggling right now with some breakouts because I picked at them. So they were small little things and I pushed too hard, and now they're under the skin. So thank you so much for that. I'm not starting the year off right. And the second one that I got, this is from Dr. Jart. This is a cleansing foam. Contains 41% tea tree leaf extract, exfoliating cleanser mousse. So this is the tea treatment. This is a new line from them. There's 3 products, I believe, like a moisturizer, maybe a toner, and then this cleanser. I have not even opened this yet. Clearly I was having a moment with my acne, just picking at my acne, and I'm sure my stress isn't helping, along with, you know, the monthly Shark Week, and I just felt like it was raining down on me, and I was like, you know, Midol, you know, pimple patches, and I was picking at it. It was just kind of like a rough week for me. So I was on Sephora and I was making bad decisions. So this is what it looks like. It's really kind of an interesting, I don't know, you would think a foam would be more liquidy, but this is kind of like a gel. So I'm interested to try this. I wouldn't use this twice a day because these can be drying. For me, this would be something that I might use before bed to prevent breakouts and just really use it on my chin area. I'm gonna have to update on this line because it's brand new, and something about it, honestly, I was on the couch with multiple, you know, acne spots, feeling sorry for myself, having cramps from living hell, and I was like, you know what? Something needs to help me right now. So I went ahead and bought this. I had like a moment of like buying like 4 things for acne, and I was like, okay, enough is enough. So I will let you know if this works out for me. Again, they have a couple more products in this line. I'm not too familiar with Dr. Jart. I haven't used a ton of his products, but I've heard, you know, good things about it. So we will update later after I try it. And then to finish off the haul, I wasn't even gonna show these, but I mean, I truly did buy these. I buy these all the time. So the first one is the Amika Bust Your Brass Cool Blonde Shampoo. I have gone through, I think, a full bottle. I have one almost empty in my shower, and then this was the other one that I picked up. I really love this. It's just a nice lather. It's nice and light. It doesn't leave your hair purple. It just brightens your hair, and I find that I can leave this on for a while. It smells good. So yeah, I just really like it. It's become my favorite because it doesn't grab and leave streaks, and it lathers better than any other purple shampoo that I use. So if you're new to purple shampoo, I think you would like this. Whereas in the past, I've used like Kristen S or Fanola, and those are intense, and I felt like they were just grabbing and leaving streaks. So really, really like this. Got a new one. And then I also got a Verb Ghost Conditioner Big Daddy. I have the Verb Ghost shampoo and conditioner in the big pumps in my shower, and I was almost out of the conditioner. This is just everyday easy. I don't know how to describe this, but I feel like it would work on anyone's hair. It's just one of those just easy, every kind of person can use this. It's not, you know, for fine hair or thick hair or coarse hair. It's just kind of all around, supposed to be a lightweight conditioner and shampoo treatment. I've gone through so many bottles. I actually was turned on to this because my hairstylist used a ton of Verb, and then I fell in love with the brand. I have all of their Ghost products. Their Ghost line is my favorite by far, but This is pretty much empty in my shower, so I wanted to get a backup, and this is really affordable, especially if you're looking at Sephora brand. I think this whole thing was like 30 bucks, and this is a huge 32 ounce. So comparing it to other brands of Sephora that might be like 40, 50, 60, this is a pretty affordable brand in terms of hair care, and they have really great products. So I love Verb. I've talked about them. I've worked with them before. So these are just kind of repurchases that I sometimes don't talk about other than favorites, but I love these and I continually buy these. So that is everything that I picked up in my couple Sephora orders that I made recently. Let me know down below what you're most excited about. Of course, the Mario brushes, the Fenty Snap Shadows. We will be using those in trying new makeup videos to come. Don't forget to sign up for Rakatan, you guys. Just get that money back for shopping online. It's literally addicting once you see the money in your account. So I know you guys are gonna love it. I'll have a link down below. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Trying new makeup video is coming next. I love you guys. I'm so glad to be back, and I'll see you in the next video.